Well, good afternoon folks, welcome back to the channel and another video. Out for a little stroll here. It's a cold one, not as cold as it was this morning, but still cold. This video is going to be slightly different than the normal videos. So as you all know, I watch quite a few photographers on YouTube, as I'm sure you've heard me blabber on about before. But one of the photographers that I really enjoy watching is Nick Carver. And he has a series on his channel called On Location, where he heads to locations to try and take photos that he has scouted out before. So he knows what photo he's going to take, or most of the time he does anyway. And the idea is that he then documents the process of going out at whatever time he wants to take that photo and tries to take the photo. And normally, to be fair, he's quite organised and has sort of an exact time in mind and exact conditions that he wants to shoot whatever scene he is shooting. I am not that organised, but I have got a scene in mind, and it's actually this photo that I took maybe a couple of years ago now, and I've always kind of wanted to go back and maybe try take it on film since I got the Yashica Mat square format 6x6. Now I have no idea if this particular scene is going to work in square format, but I suppose that's the joy of this video. You're not going to know until I know, and I'm not going to know until I get to the end of this trail. I might take a few photos along the way. I have obviously the Fuji here for video, and I also have the Nikon FE. Whoa! And I almost fell right on my ass there. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering and head on to the end of this trail, where we have a nice view of the mountains, which have some snow or ice on the top of them, which is good, and see if this scene works on square format. So this is the spot. Not looking great at the minute. I wasn't sure exactly where the sun would be and if it would be hitting the mountain or not. It is probably past that stage, but what I was also hoping for was that whenever the sun goes down, we're going to get some nice pinks and purples in the sky, and that will make the mountain hopefully look pretty crazy looking with the snow on it, reflecting it and stuff. Not sure, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I will set the camera up, sort of see what we're dealing with, see if I can fit in this little bridge on each side. Not sure how that's going to work, but yeah, there's still hope yet, there's still hope. A bit more snow would have been nice on that mountain though. And the award for the most bland photo goes to me. Yeah, all the light that was there, the nice light as I was making my way down that trail to the mountains, just completely disappeared, and it didn't really come back again. I mean, we had some blue skies, but there was next to no light, which, as you can see, made that a very bland and boring photo. And I kind of thought that might be the case, but I did know the next morning that it gave more snow, and I thought it probably would be better going at sunrise. There's a chance that the light might be better, and if I got some snow, then the outcome would surely be better than this photo. And snow and a lot more light is definitely what I got. So unfortunately I have lost the audio for the lav mic here, so I have no idea what I was saying, but I imagine it's something along the lines of, well, I was hoping for more snow and some nice light, and that is certainly what I got. The light was actually a bit crazy, to be honest. It lit the entire mountain face up, as you could see, and because there was snow on it, it was extremely bright and like just almost glowing. But along with that snow and nice light, I got some serious wind, which made filming the whole process and taking the actual photo quite difficult, because if you know, slow shutter speeds and wind don't mix very well. This is probably one of the trickiest scenes that I have ever metered, I think, because the mountain was covered in snow and the sun was extremely bright and hitting it, which just created quite a glow. Even to the eye, the mountain was like glowing. And then we had the foreground, which was pretty much in the shade. It was difficult to meter, but I'm actually quite happy with it. I think I got it pretty spot on, or pretty close. I just wanted to make sure I retained the detail in those highlights in the mountain, which I did. The problem is, I'm not really super happy with the shot itself. The metering was okay. The shot, it doesn't really do it for me. For one, there is some motion blur in a few of the shots. I took a few variations as the light was sort of changing on the mountain, but because it was really windy, there is some motion blur. I wanted to make sure that I got most of the scene in focus, so my shutter speed wasn't that high, and that led to some motion blur. There is one or maybe two of the photos that isn't too bad, but they all have motion blur in the branch in the top left corner, which I kind of forgot about when I was taking the photo. Kind of forgot how fast it was blowing and that there was obviously going to be motion blur in it, which is a little bit distracting. And then the little pillar from the bridge in the bottom left corner, I think is a bit overpowering, possibly. I wanted to make sure I included some of it in it and the little bridge in the foreground, but I think it might be too much. I'm not totally sure. I honestly don't really know. I can't put my finger on what exactly it is, whether it's the composition, the colors, or maybe this photo just doesn't really work at this focal range. I'm just not really sure, because I do really like the scene, but making that scene into a nice photograph seems to be quite tricky. Or maybe it's just quite tricky for me. As crazy as the light was, I think it might have almost been too much. I almost feel like that really warm glow may have almost sort of just made like a warm cast over the whole photo, which kind of, I don't know, just makes things look not as nice as it maybe could have. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure, and I'm actually quite intrigued to know what you guys think. Do you think the photo turned out well, and why do you think it turned out well? And if not, what do you think it is in this particular photo that makes it not as good as it should be? That makes sense. Yeah. Share your thoughts below. I'm intrigued. I did also take a few photos of this same scene on 35mm with the Nikon FE, but I am going to leave those for another video because I kind of want to do a bit of a comparison, and I think that's quite an interesting topic with some, yeah, interesting results. Also, you have to love running on a snowy path with a heavy camera bag on at like 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, first time I've done that, but it did do a good job of getting the old body temperature up, I will say that. But anyway, a slightly different video this week. This has been one that I've kind of been sitting on for a while. It took me a while to get that roll actually finished and sent away, and I've just been meaning to put the video together. So something slightly different. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It is something I kind of want to do a little bit more of, because I do feel like there's a lot of pressure when I go out to take photos to like get a whole roll of great photos, and I think sort of picking one scene or one area that you want to go and get a photo sort of helps just free the mind a little bit when you know you're just trying to go to photograph one scene. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this one, give the video a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing below if you want to see more. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this one. So yeah, as we always say, take it easy. Don't be a stranger.